Hello friends, this is Praveen and today in this video we are going to learn about the properties of the parallel lines. So first we have is the parallel lines. What are the parallel lines? Parallel lines are the lines which do not intersect each other at all. Just I draw a two set of parallel lines, one which do not intersect. This is set 1 and set B, which is somewhat tilted to each other. So you may tell which of these is a parallel lines. We know that A is a parallel lines because it has an equidistance from each other. By equidistance we means that they are both equal. They are both equal, have equal distance from each other, but and they do not intersect how much I exceeded. But the set B, which has inclined lines, will intersect at a point when extended. So set B is not a parallel line, but set A is. Then if I draw a parallel line perpendicular to one of the parallel line, it would be the perpendicular to the another also. And if I copy this perpendicular here and extend these lines, so these both perpendiculars would be always parallel to the each other. So then we have is transversals. So what are the transversals? Transversals are the lines which cut the parallel lines. Just this is the transversal. If the transversal cuts a one parallel line, it should be cutting the another line also until it is not drawn on the one of the parallel line and is parallel to it. So in this when it is parallel to it and drawn on it, it would cut, but it would not be transversal because a transversal cuts both the lines. Then let's learn about what are the different types of or the properties of the angles formed by the transversals. So we have is a transversal. First name all the angles which a transversal could form. So let's consider this as the angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, angle 4, angle 5, this is angle 6, angle 7 and angle 8. So we have drawn total 8 angles. First type of the angles is the corresponding angles. Corresponding angles are the angles which is first set is angle 4 and angle 7. Second set is angle 1 and angle 6. Angle 1 and angle 6. The third set is angle 3rd and angle 8. And angle 8. And another set is, which is fourth set, is angle 2 and angle 5. So there are 4 corresponding angles in this. So what happens in the corresponding angles is one angle from the exterior side. Exterior side, which means which are not between the two parallel lines, which are outside of both the parallel lines. So this area is external and this too, but this area is internal. So in this, one external angle and one internal angle forms the corresponding angles. in which both the angles of a set would be equal to each other. So here we have is angle 4 and angle 7. So angle 4 and angle 7 is equal because they, if a transversal cut at an angle, just take a 75 and both the lines are parallel, so it would cut another parallel line at also is 75 degree. So 75 degree. So these angles are called corresponding angles. So let's move to the next type of the angles, which is alternate interior angles. So as the word suggests, interior which lies inside. So in this the sets of the alternate interior angles are angle 2 and angle 7. Angle 7, angle 6, angle 3 and angle 7. So these both sets are the interior angles. In alternate interior angles, they lie in the between the two parallel lines and are equal to each other. Just like angle 3 would be always equal to angle 7. So what would be the opposite of the alternate interior angles? Alternate exterior angles which lies outside. So let's see them. So the sets of the alternate exterior angles are angle 4 and angle 8, angle 1 and angle 5 are the set of which lies external, which is not between the two parallel lines which lies outside, and these also sets are equal to the angle of each other of a set. And then we have the consecutive interior angles. Consecutive interior angles means whose angles of property is 180. So to have angles of property as equal, they should belong at the same side of the transversal, either on this side or either on this side. And interior, which means between both these lines. So angle 3 and angle 6, sum would give us 180 degree, and angle 2 and angle 7 is the another consecutive interior angles. So the sum of both these angles of a set would be equals to 180 degree, and external interior consecutive external angles are which lies outside or not like between the two parallel lines, which is angle 1 and angle 8 and angle 4 and angle 5. So these are the types of the angles. So what are the angle 1 equals to? So angle 1 would be equals to angle 2, because when a cross formation or the X formation is done, the opposite sides are opposite angles would always be equal. So angle 2 would be equals to angle 2 and angle 6 also, because of the corresponding angles. So angle 6 and angle 6 is the lies in the opposite direction of the angle 5. So angle 5 should be also the same as this length. So these are the lengths or angles which are equal, and in this figure and angle 3 is equals to angle 4 because of the cross formation, and angle 3 is corresponding to the angle 8, and angle 4 is angle 8 is angle 4 has a corresponding to the angle 7. So these 4 angles are equals to each other, and sum of any of the angles from the either sets would give you 180. That's why when angle 1 and 8, which is angle 1 from this set, adds with angle 8 of the B set, gives you 180 degree. So now let's solve some questions based on the transversal. As we have cleared this transversal, so let's take us some harder questions in which we could face problems to solve. So first question is, we have to prove that the line GL, which is G and L, is parallel to H and M if angle AB is parallel to CD and GL and HL is bisector. By bisector I mean that it divides an angle into equal half. So angle GL divides which angle? It's divide angle A, G, H. So it's divide angle A, G, H because it lies between them. So and angle HM divides GHD, so it lies between them. So how we can prove that angle G? So how we can prove that GL is parallel to HM? So we know a property of the parallel lines. If I will extend the G and L, GL and H and M, they are both parallel lines, I know it, and we have this as a transversal. So in before that this angle was equal to angle this because of the Z formation. So angle this should be always angles equals to this, which is possible in this. So hence that the angle GL is parallel to angle HM. So let's move to the second question. Find the angle GC ECG. So we have given a figure in which angle AOB is equals to 50 degree and line AO is parallel to CG and OB is parallel to CE. So how we could find? So let's exceed the line AO and CG. So and OB. So we get the transversal which is OB. So when this is 50 degree, so this is 50 degree, this is also 50 degree, and this is corresponding to this angle because of the Z formation. This would be also a 50 degree and this would be also because of the Z formation. So this would be 50 degree, and when there is formation of X, this would be angles equals to this. We got, and now we exceed transversal, so the corresponding angle of angle CGB is this angle, which is also be a 50-degree angle. So to find this angle, we know of the linear pair, which is sum of let this angle be x. So 50 plus x gives you 180, and x equals to 180 minus 50, which is x equals to 130 degree. So angle ECG is equals to 130 degree. So let's move to the last question, in which we have to find the value of the x. So first let's try to draw a first understand the questions. First, in which angle this is given, which is angle ABC is equals to 120 degree, and angle CDE is given to 100 degree. So what happens if I draw V? Clearly see that DE is parallel to AB when I exceed them both. But if I draw another parallel line which is parallel to both these were raised, so I could not exceed it, but I could exceed, make a line and exceed. So when I draw this, angle B and C becomes the transversal of angle of the line AB, and name this as G and H. GH. So angle this would be equals to the angle this, which is also 120 degree, because of the Z formation, including x plus this angle, name this as, so this would be 120 degree. We cannot get any. So we got here a 120 plus x, and we got this as 120, and this is left one, and when this we will get this angle as the 60 degree, and 60 degree would be this. So then we draw another extend this DE. So we got angle, this angle as 100 degree, and so this would gives us angle of 60 degree. So which means the value of the x is 60 degree. So friends, let's revise what we have learned today. We learned about the parallel lines, in which the properties of the parallel lines, transversals, what are the angles formed by this, corresponding angles, alternate interior angles, alternate exterior angles, consecutive interior angles, consecutive exterior angles, and at the last we solve some questions. So friends, I hope that you like this video, and at the last, thanks for watching. अरे आता पता नहीं रे